There are a few games that a lot of fans have asked for years and years and years, and the developers or the company that owned that IP really haven't listened. They haven't responded to a new game in that series. Well, Pokemon Snap was one of those franchises until recently, with new Pokemon Snap on the Switch. It has been 3 console generations. It started off on Nintendo 64 with Pokemon Snap, the original. There was no Pokemon Snap for GameCube, Wii, or Wii U. But now with the Switch, there is new Pokemon Snap. And to be honest, I honestly thought that there had been like a more of a Pokemon Snap tie-in with Pokemon Go. I remember reading interviews and articles talking to a few people at the Pokemon Company and even at Niantic, and they wanted to kind of do that. Well, it seems like, I don't know if that's still coming true or not, or they just had other plans. I mean, Pokemon Go is still a huge, phenomenal hit, depending on what your opinions are about it. But this is not about Pokemon Go, this is about new Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo Switch. And let me also just preference this before I even get started with this review that I didn't play all of the original Pokemon Snap on Nintendo 64. I didn't think it was for me. But yet again, like, you know, years have come by. I've played other Pokemon spin-off games like Mystery Dungeon spin-off. So yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right on into it. Let me kind of go over what I like about the game really quick, and then we'll get to the negatives, and there are quite a few negatives. Positives though, this game looks great. I wish Pokemon Sword and Shield looked like this, graphically and even aesthetically. I think all the Pokemon look great, the environments are actually quite well designed. The Pokemon fit into the environments, maybe a few here and there I might have a few questions on, but majority of the Pokemon fit pretty well with the environments, and their movements, granted, they're majority of them are just cries that the Pokemon Company can just recycle over again and again and again. But yet again, like their movements and the interactions with other Pokemon, they are really unique and really cool. A nice cast of characters that are not Pokemon that you I guess travel with or research with in this instance. If this takes place on the Lental region and you report to Professor Mir, there's a lot of like camera photography references throughout this whole game. I think it's kind of a little bit corny, but yet again I do think it's a little bit cute how they do that. I feel like all the characters here are well designed. They look great as well. There is some type of voice acting in this game, however it's not continuous. Like for example, there'd be a cutscene where, you know, people will talk, but then it goes over to a form of like you have to read what is on the screen, kind of like old Nintendo games. I kind of wish that Pokemon would kind of adapt with the times, because a lot of other Nintendo franchises have done that, and I just kind of wish overall Nintendo and the Pokemon Company would put more money into voice acting. I mean, look at Fire Emblem, look at Breath of the Wild even. Like a lot of these games have more and more voice acting, and I hope that they continue with more and more voice acting. I just don't understand why Nintendo, it has to be, you know, we have to read through the text on the screen. Now, don't get me wrong, not all games need voice acting. It was just kind of weird that this one had some voice acting, but didn't throughout the whole game. It wasn't a continuous voice acting. It was just kind of like here and there. And I kind of feel like it's kind of weird, because it's like you just bring them in for a day or two maybe. I don't know. I don't want to assume, because I don't know the development story of this game. Other things I like about this game, I mean, of course you had to fix your sensitivity a little bit, but the controls are not bad. I had to get used to them a little bit, but I feel like there are different ways to play this game, so there's more of a variety and more of an inclusion of how this game can be played by many different people, and I think that's always a positive. I think that this game has a lot of regions, and like I said before, they all look great, and I'm happy that a lot of them, the Pokemon that you could probably find in to live in those areas. Like for example, there's a mountain / volcano area, a lot of ground, fossil, fire, like those type of Pokemon all live there. Underwater, you're gonna find deep sea creature Pokemon that live underwater. You know, plain easy areas, you're going to find, of course, Pikachu, Pichu, Sabo, Grookey, and Scorbunny. And I'm happy that there's a lot of Pokemon in this game, because in the original, it was just Generation 1, just 151, but not all 151 were in the game. So it's nice to see a lot of variety, but not all the Pokemon are in the game, so I respect that. Really quick as well, there's a thing in this game called the Illumina Pokemon. They're kind of like, they're pretty much the boss Pokemon in this game. There's about 5 of them. I'm only going to go over the first 2. Magnium, which Magnium is one if not the worst starter Pokemon that you could ever pick. Sorry, I think Chikorita family is adorable looking, but Magnium is terrible. I'm kind of glad that they find use for Magnium in this game. I feel like they did, because it's a type of flower. The second one is Milotic. Milotic is just a beautiful Pokemon overall, and to me, it just, that is a clear choice on why you would pick that Pokemon to be a Lumina boss Pokemon. And I know this game's been out for a couple months now, but I just don't want to spoil who are the other Lumina Pokemon, and even the legendaries and mythical Pokemon are in this game, which, by the way, they are in this game. It's just you have to progress through the story. You see one of them, who's the final boss, and I'll be honest, I was actually surprised on who it was. So that's all the good of this game. Now we gotta get into the negatives, and there are quite a few. First negative is that this game isn't as polished as like past Pokemon games. There's been a few Pokemon that they'll do some type of animation or some type of cry, and their bodies would kind of be clipped into the either the wall or the ground, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's just a small issue that I have, because it's not as polished as, say, like other Pokemon and even Nintendo games are. But, you know, it is what it is. This game has way too many loading times, and I don't understand why it does, because this game isn't that really that big of a game. Overall, there's so many loading times that I kind of wonder, what are you loading into the game? Because there shouldn't be as much as there are. It's just kind of weird that you sit there after you get your either photos evaluated, which I'll get to really quick in a sec, and you just kind of sit there and waiting for the loading time to go by. And to go by, and to go by. And then it does, and then you start something else up, and then it loads again. There's just way too many loading screens, and they're a little bit too long in my opinion. I don't know if this game is just pushing what the Nintendo Switch has right now, but hopefully that could be improved with either updates or even a new Nintendo Switch Pro. This game, by the way, and Pokemon is a JRPG. It can be kind of grindy. This game is not a JRPG. This game is an on-rail shooter. This game is grindy. Each area that you go to of each different section of the Lento region has levels. So you start off with level 1, of course, and then you take a certain amount of pictures of Pokemon doing a pose or whatever, and the highest rating, which of course I'll get to here really quick, gets the more experience points. Say, for example, you take a photo that's worth 3 bronze stars. There's experience points right there, compared to a photo that you take that's 1 gold star. So with each area, you get, of course, experience points. You level up, or you might not. You might have to redo that course again, at least the second time for level 1 to level 2. But you have to get to level 2 for majority of the areas, if not all, to progress through the story. And it can be quite grindy sometimes. And I don't understand why. For a game that should be kind of, you know, more of the relaxing, more of the good vibes, it should be, hey, take a few photos of Pokemon, see what your score will be, and then try to move on that way. You know, of course, if you're there, I know there has to be some type of threshold that, hey, you have to, you know, make it through this score to even progress through the story. If not, people will just sit there and let the game play, and then that's it, and then they can progress. I get a threshold, but not in a grindy sense that they had it. Another issue that I have is that there's sometimes that I don't even know where to go or what to do. Like, they'll mention it, but they're not really clear on what to do. And sometimes you just have to wait for the professor or someone to say, hey, let's go over in this area, which, you know, that it could be done a bit better. Quality of life improvement could add an objective screen or something of that sort. The last issue that I have, and it's probably the biggest issue, is the evaluation of photos. Now look, there are some photos that you might take that you might think, hey, this is a 4-star photo. This is top tier quality. But then you give it to the professor, and the professor's like, it's more of like a 3 or a 2 or even a 1. And I get it. You're pretty much having a computer evaluate your photos, which in photography class, which I've taken 2 of them in college, and no, I'm not a professional in photography, and I don't claim to be. I just know that you need to have a human being evaluate your photos to say what is wrong or what's not wrong. So yeah, I have issues with the evaluation of this game. I just feel like that there are some photos that I've taken personally that I'm like, wow, this is a nice 3-star, but then it turns out to be a 1, and you're wondering why is that. And I get it, I can't be like, okay, this is a 3-star, because then of course I can just be like 4-star, 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 4-star on all of the photos that I take. Also, another thing too, so if with each Pokemon, you can only submit 1 photo of that Pokemon. So for example, if you have a 1-star or a 4-star, and you need both of them to complete your photo decks, the photo decks is getting a picture of each Pokemon and getting a picture of Pokemon 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. But if you need either or, the 4-star, you might want to pick that one over the 1-star, because the 4-star is a certain action that the Pokemon is doing that could, one, give you experience points, and you don't have to wait for that Pokemon to do that type of reaction again. So there's the evaluation in this game is kind of strange a little bit compared to the first game, and the first game had a lot of puzzles to it. Like, for example, we all know the puzzle of you throw a fluff fruit, they're called in this game. You throw it through a waterfall, and a Magikarp will jump through it, and a Gyarados will pop out based on Chinese mythology and based on the Pokemon design. This game, I didn't get anything like that, and it kind of sucks, because it's like, I thought this game, of course, is on-rail shooters, but I thought there would be like some type of puzzle for certain types of Pokemon. Like more creative puzzles, like back in the Nintendo 64 days, but there wasn't. So it kind of sucks knowing that it's more of a casual type of thing, which is fine. Like I said before, this game, you should come home, play it, relax, and have good vibes too. But it does kind of suck that there's no creativity in that sense. I can't tell you how many times I've try to get Magikarp to move away from a certain area that might look like a waterfall, and then he goes through and nothing happens. He's like gone forever. So I don't know. It's just kind of weird that this system is more powerful and they're able to do more creative things. They just don't do it. Overall, that is new Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo Switch. The last thing I want to say is that it is a little bit blasphemous that they are charging $60 for this game. This game should be honestly $40 or $50, but if you're a big fan of either Pokemon or you love new Pokemon Snap, you will most likely have already bought this game or already plan on buying it in the near future. If not, I say just wait for it to go on sale, but of course they're Nintendo Pokemon games, so it'll take a long time. But anyway, guys, that is my review of new Pokemon Snap. What did you guys think of the game? Do you guys like it? Do you guys think it's okay? Do you guys not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, smash that bell for all notifications, and until then, I will see you all on the next video. Have a good day, Pokefans.